Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. First, I want to welcome several council members who are with us today. We have at-large Councilmember Chuck Ellinger. We have 4th District Councilmember Emmett Curtis. We have 6th District Lisa Higgins Horde. And we have 8th District Amy Beasley. Has any other council member joined us? Okay, thank you all for being here. So we expect a serious winter storm to move into Lexington on Saturday and continue through Sunday. If the forecast is accurate, this system is unlike the winter weather we typically experience. And therefore, today's news conference is not our typical winter weather briefing. Instead, we're here to try to help people get ahead of the storm, to talk about preparations and expectations. I'm joined by our Director of Emergency Management, Rob Larkin, Director of Streets and Roads, Rob Allen, and Executive Director of the Lexington-Fayette County Parking Authority, Laura Boyson. Forecasters are telling us that beginning Saturday, we are facing an extreme weather event. If the forecasts are accurate, in weather like this, we will need the assistance of every single resident. And here's how you can help. We want you to think ahead and prepare. Today is Thursday. As the city makes its preparations, we encourage our residents to do the same ahead of this weather system. Clearly, this is likely to be the type of weather where staying home will be the safest choice for most of us. Fewer cars on the roads also makes it easier for our city crews to focus on clearing the snow and the first responders to respond to emergencies. By preparing early, you can limit your travel during the storm. We highly recommend that before the flakes start flying, that would be today or tomorrow, you get your groceries, run any important errands, fill up your gas tank, check prescriptions, and to anticipate closures and cancellations, and check on your neighbors to be sure that they are okay, especially those who are elderly. And we will get through this if we work together. I want now to invite Rob Larkin, our Director of Emergency Management, to the podium. He is going to give you our latest update and forecast. I believe he just came minutes ago from the latest national weather meeting. So I invite Rob to tell us what the latest is. Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate it. And also, I'll probably cover some of the points you've already covered, but I am Rob Larkin, the Director of Emergency Management for here in Lexington-Fayette County. We are and have been in preparation for a major winter storm, the likes we have probably not seen since about 2015. This storm will more than likely take its place among the top 10 in Lexington history based on what we have found going back to 1887. While Kentucky weather patterns can change quickly, the National Weather Service in Louisville has indicated there is a high probability of significant snow and extremely cold temperatures with this storm. At 1 a.m. on Saturday, the morning of the 24th, until 6 a.m. Monday morning, a winter storm warning will be in effect. If the forecast models are correct, National Weather Service is predicting snow possibly surpassing a foot over a 30-hour period, followed by sustained below freezing temperatures for the following week, with nighttime lows falling to single digits and sub-zero wind chills. This storm will undoubtedly disrupt our normal activities, our lives including events, municipal services, education, transportation, business, and commerce. I bring this up not to scare our residents, but to prepare our residents and reemphasize that preparation time is now. Now. Take time to stock up on food items that will last you and your family a minimum of 96 hours post-storm. We recommend batteries. Any prescriptions need to be filled, done so immediately, and any medical or hygiene supplies you may need, get them now. Make your home safe for supplemental or alternate heating, etc. Have a plan to stay warm if the power fails. Ensure your vehicle is mechanically sound, reliable, and fully fueled in case you must travel during this emergency. Check on your neighbors and family members, and bring pets inside. Remember, this is going to be a widespread storm with longer-term lingering effects. The time is now, not Saturday or Sunday, or in the aftermath of what we receive. During the storm, limit your travel to emergencies only. Stay off the roads and let plow trucks, emergency services, and necessary workers move unimpeded. Park off snow routes, ideally in driveways or garages, so that streets and roads can be cleared. After the storm, remove all snow from your vehicle, clear your driveways, sidewalks, and canopies or overhangs. Check on your neighbors, especially those who are elderly, mobility impaired, or with special circumstances. Know your limits when clearing snow. Don't be afraid to enlist help of others who may be more physically up to that challenge. A full list of preparations, items, precautions, and suggestions are available on BeReadyLexington.com. See us on our social media platforms at Lexington KY Emergency Management for updates and further information. Our Emergency Operations Center will be open to support the needs of our residents and partner agencies. Remember, we don't want you to be scared, we want you to be prepared. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Rob. Our Division of Streets and Roads is prepared for extended operations, including around-the-clock schedule. I want us to hear from our Streets and Roads Director, Rob Allen, on what preparations they are making. Welcome, Rob.
Thank you, Mayor. Streets and Roads started pre-treating roads in the county this morning. We will continue to manufacture brine and pre-treat all the roads in our plan, including additional rank 5s as resources permitting. We're in really good shape. We're fueling up and shaking down all our equipment. We've had internal discussions with other divisions as far as staffing gaps, and we're supplied and ready to go. All personnel are on call throughout the weekend, and doing the math for Director Larkin, that's 4 days worth of supplies. Folks that didn't know to convert the hours, but it is imperative to stay off the road, especially in the initial days of the storm, to allow the crews to work. This is going to be a really cold event. Salt is going to be slow. It will work. We will use beat heat. But it is going to take time, and reminding folks that our snow plan is designed to be completed 48 hours after the snow stops. So that's the first pass. So realistically, if the snow is going to stop Monday morning, it's going to take us a couple days to effectively clear everything. So be patient and be careful.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rob. So again, residents can help our street crews by not parking along streets and main roads. We're asking you not to park on streets and main roads. That will allow our crews to treat the roads more efficiently and effectively. We have with us today our Lex Park Executive Director, Laura Boyson, and she is here to offer some assistance for our downtown residents. And Laura, I really thank you for being here and welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
I appreciate the opportunity. Our goal is to be cooperative and helpful to our city as they manage through this unprecedented event. The main goal is to help our residents and to help the ability to clear the streets. So our garages, 3 garages, the Transit Garage, the Courthouse Garage, and the Helix Garage, will be open free of charge to our community, starting Saturday at 8 a.m. through Tuesday at 8 a.m. We'll need the cars to come out because we do have monthly parkers. So again, Transit, Courthouse, Helix garages, the gates will be up. You'll be able to park there for free from 8 a.m. Saturday morning through Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. The garage, which is known as Victorian Square at 350 West Short, that will be open starting Saturday at 6 p.m. through Tuesday at 8 a.m. That's to accommodate the UK basketball game. So again, our garages will be open that time frame, free of charge. That will allow Streets and Roads more capacity to clear the roads timely and effectively. Thank you.
I want to thank Laura and the Lex Park, because that is a huge help to us, so that with all the snow that's coming, so that people who might have remained on the street don't get their cars buried in snow. So tomorrow, I'm going to convene another briefing at 1 o'clock, and this will be a much fuller, robust briefing with our latest news and more of our providers to tell you what we're doing as of tomorrow. So now we'll open it up for questions, see if you have any questions.
Mayor, when you talk about this, that UK basketball game and it being at Saturday at noon, so when all this will be going on, what has the communication been just with the University of Kentucky regarding if it comes to a cancellation and all of that?
Well, my chief of staff, Tyler Scott, has been in communication with them specifically about the game, so we're waiting for any updates on that.
I know you're talking about preparation, but this seems like one of those storms that preparation will determine how well the city is. We just talked about, a little bit how preparation is key right now.
Well, we normally don't do a pre-news conference because we have not had a storm this size in a lot of years, as you heard from Rob Larkin, and we think it's important for people to understand this storm is different. This storm is going to bring a lot of snow, and then you also heard it will bring very frigid temperatures, so it will more than likely be with us for a long time. The better people can prepare ahead of time, the better they will get through these 4 days that we're talking about: Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And it's always better when people prepare and have the correct expectations of what's going to happen. And Director Larkin has followed this now for a few days, and if you've looked, it's a huge storm moving across the country, and it will come here. This is not in question. And so we just believe that the government and the people, the more they are prepared and expect and know what we're going to have out there, the better we'll get through it. And so it's super important, because this is not just any other storm. Yeah, any other questions?
I know you all mentioned 2015. How would you say that past storm events are helping you all to all prepare and let people know what issues?
Do any of you want to speak to that? I know we've bought a lot more snow equipment since last year.
We have upgraded not only our equipment, but we've kind of changed our tactics a little bit with more emphasis on pre-treatment, when we can do it, and using additives that help us when the melting point of, of course, snow drops so low when it's frigid. And it does not refreeze, so it helps with black ice. And I think we're more proactive, 10 years later, as far as getting folks out there and getting product on the ground. The whole key is breaking that bond between the ice and the pavement. So we've got to get that initial layer in there, and then after that, we will do repeated passes to take the snow off. Hopefully, then we'll get, there's a little bit of sun supposed to be in the forecast, so that should help us with melting, but folks need to be patient and also be really aware with these cold temperatures, there's going to be a lot of black ice and a lot of refreezing.
Another question here, I'm sorry. Can you just talk to us about just how many routes are being covered and, how much guidance is maybe expected to be out?
Oh, gosh. We have a snow plan, lexingtonky.gov/snow and ice control. It details all the main roads. It details the state roads. We have over 1,400 miles in our system. They're prioritized by facility and traffic count. We also have different service levels. It's good to refer to that plan. Once we get over 4 inches, we go from a normal snow, which is a service level 1, into service level 2, and maybe even service level 3, which dictates the number of roads. When we get to 3, we're going to try to get everything we can physically get to. It's just going to take some time. So as far as crews and equipment, a typical shift would have over 100 employees from streets and roads, water quality, waste management, parks. It really does take the entire government, support from fleet, LexCall. So it's very integrated and it's very complex.
And if I might add one thing, of course, our police and fire will be out there on the streets also helping. And just to put an emphasis on what Rob just said, remember, we are going to have snow continuing over probably a 24-hour period. 30?
Yes, ma'am.
A 30-hour period. So what that means is when the plows are out, it's still snowing. And so the expectation should be that this is a lot of snow coming over a long period of time, and they will have to go back over the main roads because they will be snowed over again. Just kind of make a point of that. Yes?
Mayor Gordon, I remember last press conference we held for Woods 11, you told people to not reach out to 911 for, road updates, stuff like that. How do you suggest that, people stay up to date as this storm is going on to make sure that they're not?
Yes. Well, we all know 911 is for emergencies. It's purely emergencies. So I think Rob's coming up to answer your question.
Non-emergent, 859-258-3600, 3600. That's 859-258-3600. That's the police's non-emergent line, and then they can adjudicate that, pass it to the Emergency Operations Center. We also probably expect to have 311 open during part of this emergency. And again, if you need up-to-date information, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X for Lexington Fayette Emergency Management. We'll put it out. And of course, our local meteorologists as well.
Thank you. And remember, we'll be back here tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We'll have more people here with more information because we'll be closer to the beginning of the storm. So thank you for being here.